Hi, I'm Rob Reiner, founder of Parents Action for Children, the nonprofit organization that produced the I Am Your Child video series. I started Parents Action to help educate parents, caregivers, and others about the critical role they play in the development of young children and making the interests of families and young children a national priority. Please take a minute after viewing this program to visit our website, www.parentsaction.org, where you'll find other useful parenting resources and educational materials, including more I Am Your Child videos. You'll also learn how you can connect with other parents to help make sure that all of America's children have the support they need to reach their full potential. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jamie Lee Curtis.
And I'm LeVar Burton, and we would like to talk to you about helping your child get a good start at being a successful learner.
It's all part of what's called literacy, the ability to read, to write, to speak, and listen well.
Now, many of you watching this are new parents, and you may be saying to yourself, read? Write? My baby's too young for that. This program's not for me.
But that's not true. This is for you, even if you have a newborn, because like learning to walk, learning to read and write is also a process that a baby learns step by step. And that learning begins at birth.
Science has shown that a child's brain grows most rapidly in the first few years of life.
Okay.
And important learning takes place from the earliest weeks and months.
I love you. I love you.
A big part of that learning is learning about language.
Babies' brains are wired to learn.
And what else happened? Did you like that book?
And how they learn to speak is a complex process that develops over years.
Hi. I want to read too. Peekaboo. Look.
At first, babies communicate without words by crying, cooing, babbling, and laughing. And they understand what you're communicating too.
Is that silly?
Like when you respond to their crying with hugs and soothing words,
Don't cry.
they know that you care for them.
Oh, it's so cute, Dad.
This early learning is based on emotion. And the closer an emotional bond babies have with their parents, grandparents, and child care providers, the better they'll be in learning everything.
You want to play now?
Even if a baby doesn't understand the words you use, she does understand the emotion behind the words.
You like the ladybugs?
And when you read to him,
That's a pretty color, huh?
he begins to associate reading with comfort and love.
When you talk to your new baby, she's also beginning to learn something more.
You don't like the sunlight.
Every language on earth has its own unique sounds and rhythms.
Lalo.
When you talk, your child starts to learn these.
They also start to learn patterns of communication, like how we take turns when we speak to each other.
What are you doing?
This back and forth turn taking is one of the basics of all human speech.
I love.
The more you talk to your baby, the quicker he'll learn.
What's going on? That's enough of this.
What are you doing?
The next stage happens at about 5 or 6 months, when babies start to imitate the sounds of speech, carrying on conversations only they can understand.
At this stage, reading to your baby becomes even more fun.
No?
As your baby gets older, she's able to do more and more.
At about 9 months or so, many can say simple words like mama and dada, and know that it's you they're talking about.
By about a year, your baby is beginning to identify the things in his world,
What about nose? How about the nose? That's your nose.
to recognize their names,
Where are your teeth? Where are your teeth? Uh-huh.
and name them
You see a little
himself,
girl? Where are the eyes?
and to respond to simple questions.
But where's the dog? Where's the doggy? Yeah.
The books you choose at this age should have simple pictures, which you can point to as you
Monkey?
read.
Elephant.
and encourage your baby to point to as well.
Lion. Elephant.
Most babies this age can't concentrate for too long. So pay attention to your baby's signs that tell you he's tired or wants to play with something else.
We're going now.
Don't worry if your baby wants to tear the pages or even chew on the book. Putting things in their mouths is an important way babies explore and learn. Look for soft cloth, washable plastic, or board books that can take the beating.
Did you know that babies even begin to develop the skills they'll need for writing at these early ages? It's true. They start to really use their hands at about 3 months. And by giving them rattles, plastic cups, or safe, simple toys, you can help them begin to build their strength and coordination.
Singing is a wonderful way for babies to learn about language. The rhymes and small differences in the sounds of words teach them a lot, even from the earliest months. Helping your child learn language doesn't end when you close the book. It can continue throughout the day.
You want more? Yes? Okay. You like it?
At mealtimes, you can talk to your baby about what she's eating. Encourage her to tell you if she wants more.
You want more? You want more pretzel? I'm gonna change that baby pamper.
When you change her, you can talk about what you're doing and why.
Fresh? Do you feel fresh?
And don't just talk at your baby.
Oh, yeah?
Pay attention to what he has to say.
Oh, really?
It's never too early to make your child feel listened to and respected.
Baby.
Simple games like peekaboo or patty cake teach a child a great deal. And the more you talk and have fun while you're playing, the more excited your baby will be about learning.
Create routines and rituals your child can count on, especially at bedtime.
Before we go to sleep, honey.
At nighttime, a story or lullaby means so much to children, to help them feel secure and loved. So you can see that babies are learning right from the start.
And the earlier you start talking to your baby, the more she'll learn. Remember, talk to your baby. Describe what you're doing, how you're feeling, how much you love your baby.
Listen and respond to your baby when he coos and babbles.
Sing to your baby. Babies love music, and songs are a great way to teach the rhythm and meaning of language.
Read to your baby. Snuggle up with her and introduce her to the wonderful world of words and pictures. Even though she may not understand those words, she will understand the emotions of comfort, security, and love. And she'll begin to associate reading with these pleasurable feelings. We're not saying you should push your child or try to create little geniuses every moment. Quite the contrary. It's really about laying the groundwork for your baby's future happiness as a person.
And by the way, if you speak 2 languages in your household, go ahead and use them both. Babies can learn more than 1 language right from birth. So be proud of your language and heritage, and you'll teach your child to be proud too.
Also, at the normal checkups, ask your doctor to tell you if your child is meeting language milestones, especially if you sense something's wrong. You know your baby best, and the earlier any problems can be helped, the better.
Whether you realize it or not, you are your child's first teacher. And as your child grows into the toddler years, you can teach him more and more. If you can catch him. By around 1.5 years, a child is exploring the world in a very active way. Along with the explosion in movement comes a big jump in curiosity. Toddlers seem to get into everything because they're interested in everything.
This age is a great time to help your child learn the words that go with his discoveries. Words that name things.
Rice and peas.
Words that describe things.
What's that? That's a green and this is an orange.
And feelings.
For toddlers, what's going on inside is just as important as what's going on outside.
Are you tired?
In fact, you can use words and a little humor to get you through some of the rough times.
Brush. Hey, where are your teeth? Let me see your teeth.
When you're trying to brush teeth and run into no,
Open up.
ask if puppies brush their teeth.
Want me to brush your nose, silly Oh, what a good boy. First.
The more words your toddler hears, the more words he'll know.
Go to the wall. Okay, let's go this way.
What is that? Good book.
Push, please.
You do it.
Pretty soon, your child will go from saying single words to putting 2 or 3 words together.
I need something.
You can show how to take it even further. You can also help him understand more complicated ideas.
Ismael, go to the kitchen and get me a spoon.
Like the 2-step process of going into the kitchen and bringing back a spoon.
Thank you, Ismael.
All of these ideas are very important for a child to learn.
And reading is a great way to teach them.
Tilly is playing with her little Mega. Who is she talking to?
Reading becomes more and more fun for you and your child as he gets older. When you read,
You can use different voices.
for different characters.
Ding-a-ling.
Get your toddler involved by having him repeat after you.
Hello, answer me.
Make faces and funny sounds. Talk about the different sounds and words.
She'll probably get a sticky. Look. Sticky.
And don't just read the books.
Is she happy or is she sad?
Ask questions about the story,
What? She happy?
like what he thinks is going to happen,
Sad. She wants to go home.
or why a character felt the way he
You
did.
want to go home? You are home.
Oh, by the way, be prepared to read favorite books over and over. Kids just love to hear the same story. It comforts them and actually helps them learn better.
When you read, let her turn the pages too.
Turn the page.
If she ends up skipping pages or going back and forth, don't worry. At this age, what's important is creating a feeling of fun around reading. Show them that books are special things. Create your child's own library and keep the books on a low shelf so that he can reach them by himself. How do you know which books are right for your child?
Go to a bookstore or your neighborhood library and ask their advice. By the way, while you're there, find out if they have a story hour. Kids love them.
What if it's not a pizza kitty? What if it's a pizza dog? Then what will you say?
Generally, a toddler likes books about animals.
Or things familiar to them, like eating, dressing, or taking a bath. Books with lines that rhyme are good too. Toddlers also enjoy stories that repeat the same words over and over. When you read these books, have your child join in. Look for books that let your child touch and feel the pictures. Books that are fuzzy or squeezable, or have pull-out tabs with hidden pictures. Books with color illustrations.
The firefighter saved the kitten and saved the house. See the red fire engine? That pretty? Ooh-wee.
And books that talk or sing. Toddlers love music. And they love it when you make up songs about everyday things.
Cereal. Mommy, change your diaper.
Simple things like getting dressed, cleaning up, making dinner.
And on that farm, he had a Matthew.
Use your toddler's name in songs. And if you have something like a wooden spoon and metal or plastic container, let him bang along.
Use silly rhymes and nonsense words. Add new and funny verses to familiar songs. Every time you sing, your toddler learns more and more. And you both are building a stronger and stronger bond.
Toddlers enjoy scribbling and making pictures.
Very nice. It's beautiful.
Mommy, I want to make Daddy big.
You want to make Daddy big? Okay, make.
You don't need to teach her how to draw or write, but you can help her put words to what she's creating.
He's a big man.
And again, don't push or overwhelm your child, like by asking what every picture is or correcting their drawings. Follow her cues.
You need a mouth.
He needs a mouth, sure. You need something to talk with.
Children are always watching what you do closely and imitating. Writing is no exception.
Well, we're gonna go get some groceries.
So include your child in on making grocery lists or writing notes and letters.
Carrot. You wanna buy some corn?
I'm going to do it.
Okay, you write corn then. Do you wanna eat chicken soup later? Yeah? Okay, let's find potatoes. Let's find some potatoes.
Magnetic letters you can stick on the refrigerator are another good idea.
Dog.
You can make your child's name and other simple names like Cat or Mommy.
Cat.
Soon your child will begin to recognize these words himself.
As your child's first teacher, you can use the whole world as your classroom.
Do you see there's a fountain? You see it?
When you're driving in the car or riding the bus, point to some of the things you see along the way and name them.
Where's the big building?
When you're shopping in the grocery store, talk about the things you're buying. Take a list along and let your child help check things off.
Orange.
Use items in the store to talk about ideas like bigger and smaller,
Small. This one is small and this one is big, right? Small. Aye, good boy.
heavier and lighter, and to introduce the idea of money.
How much? $1.99. Baby, try to pay for the...
Didi Chin Chin, this is money, okay?
The playground is a great place to teach your child even more, like inside and outside, or up and down. Remember, your child is always looking to you to learn.
So, talk to your toddler about the things she sees and feels, whether traveling, in a store, or at the playground.
Create routines and rituals around reading, like special stories and songs at bedtime. Again, we're not saying to push your kids or overload them. In fact, children really do learn best when it's at their own pace.
Just follow her lead. See what she's interested in and let your teaching take off from there in a relaxed, natural way. It'll work because kids do love to learn. They're so curious, especially when they get to the preschool years.
Why is the sky blue? Why do I have to take a nap? Why? Why?
3 years old, and why has become a favorite word.
You know why? Somebody...
Children can say a lot more words now, too, and put them together in more complicated sentences.
Goldilocks? What about Goldilocks?
He said, and then the guy that's open the door.
And most important, they can now use language better to think
How about walk
and to share ideas and feelings.
strawberries?
Okay.
By their 3s, children really know what letters are.
Eggs, yes. Don't we love eggs? What do we do with eggs in the morning?
Many can identify a few letters of the alphabet. Some can even write their own names.
I'm doing you all look. Wow.
In their 4s, most preschoolers understand the concept of reading and writing.
And some can even do a little by themselves.
In the water. The fish.
But knowing about reading and writing at this age is more important than actually doing it. Learning the rules will come automatically if kids know what reading and writing are good for. Talking with your child at this age is even more rewarding.
We're gonna go in the zoo. You're excited?
A trip to an interesting place like a zoo offers a wonderful chance to talk to your child about all sorts of things.
Oh, the elephant speak? Yeah, they're big, you're right.
You can introduce him to new animals.
You see the camel over there? Look at the camel.
Ask questions about what he sees.
How do you think he drinks water?
With their trunks.
Wow, that's great. Look, what is he doing now?
He's going in a rope.
See how he uses his hands? Why are you scared, Alex?
Because
No, you shouldn't be afraid, okay?
pero se me caigo.
Show him how his own life relates to the world of others.
Which one's the baby one?
That one.
It's like Chris. See how we had a baby? Well, they had a baby too.
First thing it says on the recipe, we have to put in the sugar,
Even around the home, your preschooler can keep learning.
salt, and the egg.
Let her help you with the cooking.
Then we mix it together. We have to bake
As you're working, talk about what you're doing and why.
350 degrees.
It gives your child the tools to use language, to make plans and to work out problems.
Looks like an egg.
If your child goes to a child care program or preschool, make sure they value learning.
That's a what?
Look for their library with age-appropriate books in good condition.
Who knows about the 3 little pigs?
Ask if they follow a regular schedule of reading to the children.
Hillary.
and give the kids a quiet space and time to read themselves.
Find out if they have materials for writing, and encourage the children to draw and write. By the way, if your child does have special needs, there are lots of new ways they can learn to read and write and communicate, no matter what their age. Consult your family doctor or a specialist.
The link between love of stories and wanting to read those stories is very strong now. Take turns telling a favorite story.
He broke his leg.
Help!
As you read, move your finger under the words so your child can learn to identify them. Look for books that match your child's special interests.
You gonna be a fireman?
Make sure your child has the chance to read lots of different kinds of books.
Alphabet books, rhyming books,
That's what that goose is doing.
storybooks, books with information in them, serious books, and silly books. Take your preschooler to the library with you and let her pick out her own books.
Let your child see herself in books. Find books about people in your cultural or ethnic group, families like yours, children just like him.
Little girl.
It will give him a sense of history and belonging.
Decía la Carlota, si eso de empollar...
Read to him in your native language. Remember, it's never too early to teach your child both.
You have to write a story, Tina.
Help her create her own books, and help create the story, the pictures, and maybe even some of the writing.
What's the name of the book?
He went flying with the kite.
He went flying with the kite?
Preschoolers can really get into drawing, painting, and writing. You can make them their own special box with crayons and papers, and if there's room, create a special space to use them.
Which bus are we going to take?
And show them how you read words and numbers, then explain what you have learned from reading. Television can be useful to excite your preschooler about words, numbers, and the whole idea of reading and writing.
I know you know the words.
It's best when you watch TV with her and talk to her about what she sees and hears.
She is singing opera. Do you like opera?
As she gets older, you can show your child more and more how much reading and writing is part of your life.
Mommy's gonna pay gas bill.
Let her see you writing checks, taking telephone messages, marking a calendar.
So where's December 29? Can you find that? Very good.
Look at family photos together and talk about the people in them.
Who's that?
No, Bob.
Show your child that you can use reading and writing wherever you go, whatever you do.
Raspberry, cinnamon apple, blueberry. Which one do you want? Blueberry.
You've seen a lot of ways you can be involved in helping your child with language and learning. There are loads more. Be creative and come up with your own special ideas. By the time she goes to school, your child really can be ready to read and write.
And by the way, once he goes to school, stay involved in what he's learning, especially in the early grades. It'll make a big difference in his school success.
Again, we don't want you to feel you have to talk and read to your child every minute of the day. That would be too much for both of you.
No, look, we all lead busy lives. So don't worry, just do the best you can.
The most important thing to take away from what you've seen is that you can make a difference, not only in how well your children do in school, but how they feel about learning the rest of their lives.
Your kids don't need expensive games or fancy educational toys. What they need is you, their first
and their best teacher.